Hello, hello. It's the one and only 5D Dating and Relationships. It's the one and only Coach Johnny, Guy Johnny, whatever you want to call me. And this is very important when it comes to the game. It's like to the degree that you love yourself and that you value yourself and appreciate yourself is to the degree that someone else can appreciate you and value you. Now, of course, there's situations that can happen where someone loves you a lot more than you love yourself, but that's a problem, and that's the whole point. Is to the degree that you value yourself, you're gonna attract people that value themselves, and y'all gonna resonate because y'all got self respect, and also people ain't gonna disrespect you. They're not gonna play with you in a relationship because they know you value yourself a certain way, and a lot of that is how you carry yourself, your appearance, the way you move in the game of life, and so that's why it's so important that's why a lot of this channel is about empowering the individual, you seeing yourself at a very high light, because to the degree that you really can appreciate and value yourself, you now are going to, your partner can do that. You know what I mean? And one of the biggest issues when it comes to relationships and dating, it's people that are so amazing. They have great gifts, great abilities, beautiful people, but they're always in these bad relationships because they have such a low image of themselves. And people can pick up on that. They can smell when someone has a low self image and they feed on that. We're in a world where people are trying to win, they're trying to survive, they're trying to have the up. They're not thinking of it holistically all the time. And most of the time, they're not. And everyone's trying to put themselves first. But when they see a person that values themselves, when they see a person step into a building yeah, I'm that dude, or yeah, I'm that woman right here, people is like, oh yeah, okay, I got to deal with them different. And so what you'll find is a lot of the time you're in a toxic relationship because you're allowing toxicity. In those moments where you could have left, you stayed because to some degree you felt like you weren't good enough to leave, or you felt like it was too much to leave. And that's where you're putting something else before yourself. And that's why you got to really realize your dopeness and your greatness, because people can't play with you in a relationship. They can't just talk or say anything out their mouth. Like sometimes you'll date somebody and they dealt with so many low self-image people, and they just do whatever they want with them. Like I've dealt with some women that have a lot of men that they could just talk to and say whatever to. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, the girl's very beautiful, so guys just let her do whatever to keep her happy, and then she'll run into me, and it's like she got to move a little different. She got to talk a little different because she already knows those things ain't gonna slide with me. And if she does do it, she's gonna be filtered out with very quickly. And there's women that operate the same way. The ladies, it's the same thing. Like, look, man, and men know, like, I'm not about to play with certain type of women. You know, those guys that do like to play around with women, they know the ones not to do that with, and that's who you got to be. And it all begins with the self, from the way you leave the house. How do you feel when you're dressed? Do you feel good about your home space? Is it all chaotic, or do you have it cleaned up? Are you clean? Are you stepping outside smelling good, looking good, feeling good? You know what I mean? Like stepping outside with some dignity, with some self-respect. And that's going to translate in your relationship. And then when they try to play around in the relationship, because sometimes people get comfortable and they try to test, you let them know real quick, we're not doing that. Because if it comes down to it, I could have been with you for 25 years. But if you get disrespectful to a certain level, I will end it right now. Because at the end of the day, we can disagree, we can argue, whatever. We got to figure out, relationships come with ups and downs. They come with, getting on the same page with somebody. Same thing with dating. You meet somebody, they're brand new. Y'all came from two different backgrounds. But in this moment, it's time for you to understand. In this moment, I know you could have spent 30, 40, 50 years before you met me. But the minute you met me now, we got to operate like this. We got to operate on this level. We ain't going to bring it down. So that's all about self-respect and self-value. And it begins internally. It begins before you leave the house. And people, you shouldn't even have to tell nobody. People are going to give you that respect. Like in my life, I don't even have to tell a girl. Like she just knows, and vice versa. The same respect I demand is the same respect I'm going to give, though. I'm not going to talk crazy. I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to be coming out of character on a lady, because I value myself too much to do that. So that's what I wanted to touch on. I got videos. We're going to keep them coming. Y'all keep spreading the word, man. The channel, man. Like and subscribe. Get this out here. Y'all trying to keep the game on the low, because my subscribers been down. like, you know, it's just staying at the same point. I'll be dropping some crazy games. So I actually think I'm noticing now that engagement's picking up, and it's because of y'all that's doing the likes and subscriptions and stuff. Keep spreading the word, man. I'm gonna keep dropping this game. I'll holler at y'all in the next video. Peace.